People are worth more than the worst thing they've done. Sister Helen Prejean's words, spoken with a conviction born from years of bearing witness to human suffering, pierced through the screen in the documentary. Her journey from the quiet halls of her convent to the heart of Louisiana's death row is a testament to the transformative power of compassion and the unwavering pursuit of justice. Born in 1939, Sister Helen's early life was steeped in the traditions of her Catholic faith. She entered the religious life at a young age, drawn to its emphasis on service and social responsibility. However, her worldview was forever altered in the early 1980s when she committed to corresponding with Elmo Patrick Saunier, a death row inmate in Louisiana. This act of simple human connection opened her eyes to the brutal realities of the death penalty and ignited within her a fierce determination to fight for its abolition. Sister Helen's encounter with Saunier marked a turning point in her life. Witnessing firsthand the dehumanizing effects of capital punishment, both on those condemned and those tasked with carrying out executions, fueled her burgeoning activism. She recognized the death penalty as a symptom of a much larger societal illness, one rooted in poverty, racial bias, and a culture of retribution. Driven by her faith and a profound belief in the inherent dignity of all human life, Sister Helen embarked on a path that would challenge societal norms and ignite a national conversation about justice, mercy, and the true meaning of redemption. The documentary beautifully captures the evolution of Sister Helen's activism. Initially hesitant and unsure of her place in such a contentious arena, she quickly found her voice. Her commitment to Saunier extended beyond correspondence. She became his spiritual advisor, accompanying him through his final days and witnessing his execution in 1984. This experience, though deeply painful, solidified her resolve to dedicate her life to challenging the death penalty. Sister Helen immersed herself in the lives of death row inmates and their families. She listened to their stories, offered solace and support, and bore witness to the devastating ripple effects of state-sanctioned killing. Her experiences, documented in her groundbreaking book, provided a searingly honest and deeply personal look at the human cost of capital punishment. The book, which was later adapted into a critically acclaimed film, helped to humanize those on death row, challenging the dehumanizing narratives often used to justify their executions. Her activism extended beyond the written word. She became a tireless advocate, speaking at churches, universities, and legislative hearings across the country. Her message was simple, yet profound. The death penalty is a moral abomination, a system riddled with racial bias and classism that disproportionately targets the most vulnerable members of society. She challenged audiences to confront their own biases, urging them to see the humanity in those condemned by the state and to recognize the inherent cruelty of capital punishment. Her unwavering commitment to justice, combined with her disarming humility and unwavering faith, resonated with people from all walks of life. She challenged the status quo, forcing individuals and institutions to grapple with the uncomfortable realities of a system that claimed to value life while perpetuating cycles of violence and vengeance. Sister Helen's unwavering commitment to justice, fueled by her faith and her experiences on death row, transformed her from a quiet nun into a powerful voice for change, a beacon of hope in a system often shrouded in darkness. Sister Helen Prejean's impact on the national discourse surrounding the death penalty cannot be overstated. Her work has been instrumental in shifting public opinion, raising awareness about the systemic flaws inherent in capital punishment, and inspiring countless individuals to join the movement for abolition. Her writings, speeches, and tireless advocacy have brought the realities of death row into living rooms and classrooms across the country, prompting a long overdue examination of conscience. Through her intimate portraits of death row inmates, Sister Helen challenged the prevailing narratives that demonized and dehumanized those condemned to die. She showed the world that behind the bars and the labels were human beings deserving of dignity and compassion, individuals with families, stories, and the capacity for remorse and redemption. Her work highlighted the arbitrariness of the death penalty, exposing the racial disparities, prosecutorial misconduct, and inadequate legal representation that plagued the system. Beyond shifting public opinion, Sister Helen's advocacy has had tangible policy implications. She has testified before legislative bodies, consulted on legal cases, and worked tirelessly to commute death sentences. Her organization, Ministry Against the Death Penalty, provides support to families of death row inmates and advocates for legislative reforms aimed at abolishing capital punishment. Her tireless efforts have contributed to a growing movement for criminal justice reform, prompting a reevaluation of sentencing guidelines and a renewed focus on restorative justice initiatives. The documentary serves as a powerful reminder of Sister Helen's enduring legacy. Her unwavering commitment to justice, her profound empathy for those on the margins of society, and her ability to meet hatred with love continue to inspire activists, policymakers, and everyday citizens alike. She has helped to chip away at the social and political structures that perpetuate the death penalty, paving the way for a future where all life is valued and protected. Sister Helen's story transcends the issue of capital punishment. Her life and work embody the power of compassion, the importance of speaking truth to power, and the unwavering belief in the possibility of a more just and humane world. She teaches us that even in the face of overwhelming injustice, one person's courage and determination can ignite a movement and inspire change. Her legacy serves as a call to action for our times. As we grapple with systemic racism, mass incarceration, and the continued marginalization of vulnerable communities, Sister Helen's example reminds us of our collective responsibility to challenge injustice wherever we find it. Her unwavering faith in the power of human connection, her belief in the inherent dignity of every human being, and her tireless pursuit of a more just and compassionate world serve as a beacon of hope in these challenging times. Her unwavering spirit calls us to embrace our own roles as rebel nuns and rebel monks, to stand up for what is right, to challenge the status quo, and to never abandon hope in the face of adversity. Sister Helen Prejean's story is a testament to the power of one person to make a difference. Her journey from the convent to the front lines of the fight against the death penalty is a compelling reminder that justice is not a spectator sport. It requires courage, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to challenging systems of oppression. Her legacy extends far beyond the issue of capital punishment. It serves as a beacon of hope for all those fighting for a more just and equitable world, a reminder that change is possible when ordinary people summon the courage to confront injustice and demand better for their communities. Her story is a call to action, urging each of us to examine our own biases, to confront the ways in which we may be complicit in systems of oppression, and to dedicate ourselves to the pursuit of justice for all. Sister Helen's life and work remind us that the fight for human dignity is an ongoing struggle, a relay race where each generation must pick up the baton and continue the fight for a world where every human life is valued and protected.